guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Glory. Today I'll be sharing with you some Christian books on Christian dating and marriage that you should definitely read. The very first book that I'm going to show you here is Boy Meets Girl, Say Hello to Christian Dating. Say Hello to Christian Courtship. So this is one of the first books that I read when I started looking into what Christian dating and what dating should be like. Most people are very confused about what dating should be like. What is dating, right? So this book will really help you to know exactly what dating is, how to go about it, for a guy, how to approach a girl, and for a girl, how to receive that approach and how that attention when a guy starts coming to you. So definitely check out this book, okay? The next book that I'm going to talk to you about is a book by Pastor Myles Munroe, my favorite preacher of all times, by the way. So this book shows you how to date and how to wait on the Lord for a spouse, for a partner. Many people get very anxious, especially when they're getting older, when you're in your 20s or high 20s or 30s. Many women get very anxious and tend to run into the wrong hands and get and settle with the wrong people when they're getting older. So definitely check out this book and you will learn how to wait and how to be patient, especially when all of your friends and mates are getting married and you're not. Another book that I'm going to show you is When God Writes Your Love Story book. This also tells you how to wait on the Lord for your partner, for your spouse. It doesn't mean you should sit at home and do nothing or not engage with people or try to meet people actively, but this book will show you how to go about it in a godly way and how to follow God's lead in order to find your spouse. So definitely consider reading this book. Another book that I read that has really helped me a lot, especially when I was single, is this book called It's Not Complicated. It's Not Complicated, How to Relate to Guys in a Healthy, Sane, and Biblical Way. So this book is very especially useful for teenagers who are still growing up and trying to figure out how to relate to guys and girls in a way that is healthy and biblical. Because the thing is, if you do not watch the way that you interact and relate with people of the opposite sex, you can end up sending the wrong message, and people can end up falling in love with people who are not meant to be for them. So this book will really teach you how to relate to guys, especially for Christian women, how to relate to Christian men in a way that is healthy, that will not lead to confusion and potentially immorality or premarital sex. This is a book that I highly recommend. 101 questions to ask before you get engaged. So many people usually think of engagement as the fairy tale, the ring, the diamond, and the excitement of being loved and being engaged to someone. But marriage is a serious business that should not be taken lightly, and this book will really help you talk with your partner about very foundational things, principles of marriage, and it'll help you know if you are on the same page about many things in life. So read this book definitely, so that once you get married, you're not going to get surprised by many things that you may have not considered or talked about before. Another book that I have read that also was very intriguing when my husband and I were engaged is 1000 Questions to Ask Before You Get Married. So this book will really help you know how compatible you and your partner are, and also it'll help you to talk about some things that are very foundational to marriage. Like it will help you talk about budget, what your finances are going to be, and it helps you talk about the physical, sexual relations, and what your expectations are, and it will kind of help you talk about the different roles that you're going to be playing. So this is sort of a book that you can use for marriage counseling. It'll really help to discuss things that you're going to face in your marriage, so that when you get there, you're not going to be surprised by things that you didn't know. So another book that I have made a video on in the past is The 5 Love Languages. This is like a foundation to marriage. and even to people who are still dating. So this book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, it basically goes over the 5 different ways that people give and receive love, and this book is a life changer. So check out the video that I made. I went into more detail about what the 5 love languages are and how you can express your love to your partner in a way that is best for them. Another book by Pastor Myles Munroe is The Purpose and Power of Love in Marriage. The Purpose and Power of Love in Marriage. Many Christians and non-Christians do not know what love in marriage is, and people just go into marriage hoping and wishing that everything's gonna work out. But there are principles, there are foundations to marriage, and unless you read those foundations and have those grounded, marriage can be very difficult. Marriage should not be endured, it should be enjoyed. And so definitely make sure that you acquaint yourself with the principles that marriage should be based on, and these are all biblical principles, so definitely check that one out. And so this other book by Pastor Myles Munroe is called Single, Married, Separated, Life After Divorce. So this is also another book by Pastor Myles Munroe. He is my favorite preacher of all time, so I have so many of his books. So this book will really help those who may have gone through divorce or separation. It really helps you to find your place and to figure out how to move on, how to go forward in terms of remarriage and things like that. A lot of people unfortunately find themselves in situations that cannot be helped, and they unfortunately have to get divorced. So this book will help you to be able to navigate through those challenges and to figure out how to move on with your life in a godly way. So definitely check out this book. Another book that has been one of the foundations of my relationship and my marriage is a book by Jimmy Evans called Marriage on the Rock. Marriage on the Rock, How to Build Your Marriage on the Foundation of Christ. And this book also goes over principles, important principles of marriage. And if you are considering getting married anytime soon, or you are dating, I strongly recommend that you read this book. So this book will go over the different characters and behaviors that men and women tend to have, and how those things can come into conflict when you come together. And really, men and women have different patterns of behavior and have different roles in a marriage. So many people tend to mix that together and get them confused. So this book will really go over what the role of the man is, what the role of the woman is, and how to come together in unity and live together in a compatible way. It also goes over things that women do that are destructive to a man, and things that men do that could be destructive to a woman. So this book is a very solid book that I've read. As you can see, a lot of highlighting from me reading it. There's just a lot of good things from this book that I have learned over the years. So definitely check this book out, okay? Two sets of books by Myles Munroe. It's The Purpose and Understanding the Purpose and Power of Men, and also Understanding the Purpose and Power of Women. So this book, again, by Pastor Myles Munroe, my favorite preacher of all time, goes over the role of the man, the role of the woman, and how the two people can come together to support each other in order to fulfill their God ordained purposes in life. So a man has a role in a marriage, and a woman has her own role in a marriage, and the two are not the same. Men and women are equal before God, but they have different roles and functions. And this is why I am not a feminist, because feminists tend to think that women should be able to do what men do. But in a marriage, in a family setting, the man has his roles and the woman has his role. None of them is superior to the other, they're just different. So there are certain things that a man can do that a woman cannot do, or cannot do as well as a man can. And there are things that women can do that only women can really do. Men cannot do those. So everybody has their role, and when you start trying to switch those roles around, then that's when you encounter a lot of confusion and frustration. The last but not the least book that I love about Christian dating and marriage is Money and Marriage, God's Way. So this book will help you to figure out how to organize your finances as a couple, how to save, how to invest. And this is crucial because here in the Western world, especially in the USA, believe it or not, the number one reason why people divorce is financial reasons. It's not even infidelity or cheating or unfaithfulness. It is money problems. The number one reason for divorce in America is money problems. So this book will help to prepare you for how you are going to handle your finances, how you're going to handle your bank accounts. Are you going to have joint bank accounts or separate bank accounts? This book will really help you to be able to figure that out. So those are some of the books that I have read about Christian marriage, dating, and relationships in general. I strongly encourage you to study up to, if you're not able to get these books, you can listen to some of the messages on the internet, especially on YouTube. So most of these books can be found in Christian libraries and bookshops, and also you can order them online from Amazon or any other online bookstore. So definitely check this out. Do not stay ignorant. Do not live your life by trial and error. The Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So do not stay ignorant. Definitely study up. And if you read some of these books as I have suggested, I promise you that you will learn things that will change your life forever. So definitely check it out. Let me know in the comment section if you have read any of these books and if it helped you. Also, let me know if you have any other book suggestions that I should read. And I will definitely check it out. I love reading books. I love learning new things, and this is how we grow. This is how we become transformed, and this is how we put ourselves on the right path to fulfill our God-ordained purposes. So remember that you were fearfully and wonderfully made by Almighty God, and you deserve the best. God bless.